In this video, I'm going to start a row of knit 2, purl 2, and that would be some kind of ribbing, but it'll show you how to switch between knit stitches and purl stitches. So I've got my row. I'm going to hold all the stitches in my left hand just like usual. I'm going to put my forefinger on the first stitch just like usual, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around my fingers in my right hand just like usual. And I'll hold it between the fingertips of my right hand. I'll hold the needle between the fingertips of the ring finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky of my right hand and my thumb. And that's how I hold the needle, so that my forefinger is free to wrap the yarn. So I'm going to do a knit stitch first. I'm going to stick the needle up from the front to the back underneath the left hand needle. Stick the point of the right hand needle up, and it touches my left forefinger, so I know it's in the right place, and my thumb kind of guides it too. So it goes up in the right place. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. This is just like the knitting video tutorial. I push it down to get it off the left hand needle. My left forefinger holds that stitch on, the next stitch. The right hand needle, I'm going to do another knit stitch. Now is the time when I'm going to switch to a purl stitch. So now, because I just did knit stitches, the yarn comes out behind the right needle. That needs to change. So I'm going to throw the yarn around the tip of the right needle until it's in front of the right needle. It's still kind of held taut by my right forefinger, which is a little bit shaky today, but now it's in front. And now, with the needle behind the yarn, I can go in the back of this next stitch like you do for a purl stitch. So I'm going to go in the back underneath the left needle. So I go back kind of by the point of my left forefinger under the left needle towards my left thumb and out. Then I'm going to wrap the yarn around counterclockwise just like a purl stitch and go back through like a purl stitch. So now the yarn is held in front again because I'm purling. So I'm going to take a second purl stitch. Back from the back, go through to the front, wrap the yarn, and hook the stitch. Okay, now I'm going to go back to knit stitches, and that means I need to switch my yarn to be behind the right needle. So I'm going to throw it around the point of the right needle until it's coming out behind the right needle. Now I'm going to go in the front of the next stitch to knit, just like a regular knit stitch, wrap, and do a knit stitch. Then we'll do 2 knit stitches. I'm going to throw the yarn and do 2 purl stitches from back to front. And I'm going to throw the yarn so it's behind the right needle, and I'm going to do 2 front to back knit stitches. 1, 2. Now I'll throw the yarn, slide it down. Now I'm ready to purl, do 2 purl stitches. 1, 2. Now I'm going to throw the yarn to the back and do 2 knit stitches from the front to the back. Front to back, 1, 2. Throw the yarn to the front and do 2 back to front purl stitches. 1, 2. Now when you're done with those stitches, it's easy to notice a purl stitch has a little lump in the front, a knit stitch has a little lump in the back. So if you're trying to keep track of your stitches, you can tell which ones are purls and which ones are knits. In the same way, when you're going through to your next row, I can feel right here with my forefinger and thumb that the back of a knit stitch is a purl stitch, and so the back is purly and the front is knit. So I just did 2 purl stitches. Now I'm going to do 2 knit stitches. 1, 2, and 2 purls. 1, 2, and 2 knits, and that finishes that row. Then we'll turn this around, hold the needle in my left hand again, and then I can tell with my left hand as I'm holding it that I'm going to start with purl stitches because these have the little purly bumps in the front. So I'm going to go in from the back just like a regular purl stitch. Do purl, purl, throw the yarn to the back, knit, knit, purl, purl, knit, knit. So that's how you do ribbing. You can do one purl, 1 knit for ribbing, or 2 purl, 2 knit, or whatever. And then this is how you do patterns and cables and seed stitch and so on like that, is switching from knit to purl.